Say what?
Say what? Say what?
Welcome to Say What, the Energy Ogre podcast, where our specialty is lowering your light bill. But we also offer bite-sized education and financial tips for busy people who want to find overall better solutions to living a brighter life. Welcome, everybody, to the latest edition of
Say What?
I'm your host, Laura Thornquist, and here with me, I'm super excited to introduce my dream team, literally, my operations managers here. Yes, we have got Jane Lobo.
Hi.
We've got Judelle D'Souza. I want to say D'Souza. Judelle, I'm sorry, I know your name, but it is Judelle D'Souza, and of course, Maria Estrada. Always good to have you here. You know, how long have you guys been here?
A little over 5 years.
A little over 5 years?
I've been here for 6 years.
6 years, and Judelle?
3 years.
Okay, so you're the pop, huh?
Yes.
All right. Well, you know, and of course we have our illustrious CEO who's going to take the center stage. I think you've frozen the entire group here, Justin. Thank you so much. All right. Well, you know, we are going to have a lot of fun today. We're really glad to have all of you here because, you know, the spooky season is upon us, and you know, we want to talk about trick-or-treating, but instead of like really trick-or-treating, we thought we'd do a little true or falsing. Is that a word, falsing? Probably not. But, you know, it's pumpkin time. There's so many festivities. So as I said, instead of doing a little trick-or-treating, we wanted to have some fun and have a fake game of Energy Ogre trick-or-treat, but it's really Energy Ogre true or false type of thing. The reason being is we have a lot of people that still just don't quite get what we do, right? I mean, how many times do you come across, what do you do?
Yeah, all the time.
You get it a lot, right?
More often than we like.
More often than we like, yes. So here we're going to talk about some of the FAQs in a trick-or-treat or true or false format. So who wants to go first? Raise your hand.
I'll go.
Raise your hand. All right, Judelle. So here's one of the first questions. Energy Ogre will switch me to a different provider every month.
That would be a trick. So Energy Ogre doesn't switch you every month. We actually enroll you in contracts anywhere between 3 to 12 months, and we'll pick whichever option is the best for you and get you enrolled in that.
All right, Maria, are you ready?
I'm
Here's
ready.
Your question. I just joined Energy Ogre. I need to call my provider to cancel my service. Trick or treat?
It is definitely a trick. So you do not have to cancel your provider if you currently have electricity. The switch will happen automatically from one provider to the next. Basically, it's just the provider will take over your meter. The switch won't even be felt by you at all.
Good answer. Jane, are you ready? All right, Jane. I have a credit freeze. I don't want to lift my credit freeze. I cannot enroll with Energy Ogre. Is that a trick or a treat?
Oh, that's both. It can be tricky.
It's a trick and a treat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's tricky because we can still enroll you, but it depends on the provider that we were going to put you in. Because some provider might require to lift your credit fees.
And that's hard for us because our job is to enroll you in the lowest plan based
Yes.
on how you use it for electricity.
But
Okay.
having said that, if we enroll you to a provider that we can opt it out running that credit fees by submitting documentation or paying the deposit.
So
this,
okay, so it's a trick and a treat at the same time. It's a very individualized situation.
Exactly.
Okay. Is it hard to lift your credit freeze?
It's not really. You know, it's all based on their credit agency. Some agency nowadays everything is free now. Before they have to pay $10 every time they lift the
But
credit
it's free
fees.
now. Is that
It's
because
free
of the
now.
pandemic?
Probably.
Yeah. All right, Judelle, let's get back to why we're here. The heavily advertised rates that offer free nights and weekends and gift cards are usually the lowest rates on the market.
That would be a trick,
Uh-huh.
for sure.
Big
A
big trick.
big trick, yes, because nothing is free, to be honest. And if they're offering you anything free, there has to be something that's behind it. So with that being said, usually the reason why they're able to give you free nights or free weekends is because they kick up your energy charge really high. So you're paying like 7 to 10 cents per kilowatt just for energy charge to make up for that free weekend or free nights.
So you're paying for it one way or another.
Exactly.
Regardless. All right, Maria, your turn, dear. Energy Ogre will pay my early termination fee if I'm in a contract. Trick or treat.
I wish it could be a treat, but it's not. We'll do the math for you and see if it makes financial sense for you to break that contract. And how long is it going to take for you to offset that early termination fee? But unfortunately, Energy Ogre cannot pay your early termination fee. Just keep in mind there are providers that will try to get you like that, to where they say, hey, we'll pay your early termination fee. But read the fine print if that's the case, because they'll only pay a percentage of that. So just
It's a good point. And a lot of people, if they really sat back and thought about it, I mean, they're paying us $10 a month, and our job is to get them into the lowest plan possible. So how could we possibly stay in business by paying a, $150, $250, $300 ETO?
Correct.
So, all right, Judelle, I can easily enroll in a short-term plan in the summer to get out of contract in the winter, ensuring that I'm always in the lowest rate. Trick or treat.
That would be a trick. That seems ideal, and I wish it was true, but unfortunately it's not. Providers, the main goal is to get some money, to make some money, so they're not going to intentionally give you a low rate in the highest time of the year, especially when you have higher usage consumption. You're expected to use a lot more electricity, so they want to make sure that they giving you that plan that's going to get you out of contract just when they want you to. But that's why you have Energy Ogre here. We're going to pick not only the lowest rate, but we're going to continue to monitor the market, so that way we can make sure, hey, we put you in the best plan now, we'll continue to monitor it, and then let's say in the winter months if there is a better plan, and we expect you to recoup some of the money back and save you some more, we'll definitely let you know.
So Maria, I'm moving into a new home. I should find a provider on my own before signing up with Energy Ogre. Trick or treat.
Totally a trick. Energy Ogre can help you set the initial provider for your new home. It doesn't have to be a new home, but it has to be a new home for you. You're just moving in. We'll handle everything from predicting your usage to setting you up with the best plan available in the market at that time. You will have to contact your provider for the other home to disconnect. Unless Energy Ogre manages already that home, then we'll do it for you. So we're kind of like an all-in-one service.
So, a lot of people may not understand why it's so important. We need to understand a member's usage profile. Explain that.
Sure. Well, that tells us how you consume the electricity. How are you utilizing it, right? So if, let's just say you work at night, then you're going to use your usage more in the day. So we need to understand how that usage is being utilized, or especially if you have gas heating instead of electric heating. On the winter months, you're going to be using your heater. So if you're in the Houston area, most of us have gas heating.
Right.
So our usage takes a little dip. So that's when we know what month, what terms to put you in for the contract, so you could take advantage of whatever the rates are available at that time.
Jane,
Oh, yeah.
Energy Ogre just enrolled me with a new provider.
Mm-hmm.
I should create my own login information and set up my own automatic payments. Trick or treat?
This is going to be a treat.
Okay.
Because every time a member sign up with us, we will going to take care of our members, not only putting them to the best plan, but we are making sure that we are setting up their credential and auto pay as well. So we are handling all of that. And every issue that you might have with the provider, we are also taking care of that one for you. For the $10, we go above and beyond with our members.
We do, for sure.
Mhm.
Why do we ask for people's login credentials? Why do we need to have that information? A lot of people say, well, that's mine, and they're fearful of
Yeah.
handing that over. Explain why we need it.
So the main reason that we need it, just because we promised that we were going to take care of your
And we can
accounts.
monitor the accounts.
Exactly. If there's issue with the account, it's easy for us to go log in and see what's going on and we have to verify some of the information, because sometimes provider can be tricky. We put you on a lower plan, but going behind our back, they put you on a higher plan.
Right.
So those are the most important thing that we have to take a look at.
Judelle, you're next. If I'm an Energy Ogre member, I should renew my contract on my own. Trick or treat?
That's a definite trick. Please do not renew it. Just don't do it. It's not a good idea.
Amen.
That causes a lot of actually issues, mainly because it could cause a double enrollment. Because
Especially if you haven't let us know.
Exactly.
We're in trouble here.
Right, and we run across that more often than I could even imagine.
Yeah.
the fact is, because if we're processing an enrollment and you're processing an enrollment, one of those are going to go through and we won't know which one. And that also might cause cancellation fees with one of the providers. Now we're going to have to work around trying to get those disputed. It's just going to be a hassle for not only us, but also you, because now you're going to have to wait till we get everything sorted out for you, and you're going to have bills that are going to be due with cancellation
And you don't know
fees.
who your provider is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Some providers are really aggressive when it comes to
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
because that's their retention, right? And we totally get it.
Yep.
But sometimes they'll start sending them, renewal notices right at the 60-day mark when we're sending them. And sometimes they make it as easy as click this button. So.
True.
And
You
they
get
make
it
it
multiple
really.
times. So
And
you
then
don't just
they
get it
promise,
once.
and they will promise you, like, I will pay your early termination fee, just like come back to us and stuff like that. So-
Well, and that's another point. If you are going to renew, you need to get everything in writing,
Exactly.
right? It's very important that you get that in writing, because otherwise that could happen to you.
Yep.
All right, Maria, you're up again, girl. All right.
Yes.
I'm
Do it.
stuck in a contract with my provider. I have to wait until my contract ends to enroll with Energy Ogre. I hear that all the time. I'm going to wait till my contract ends. Trick or treat.
Definitely a trick.
Yeah.
We are able to, like I said before, we're able to see how much your early termination fee is if you provide us that amount, and we'll do the math and see if it makes sense for you to break that contract and if it's financially a good idea for you to move away. And how long is it going to take you to recoup that early termination fee? So
I can't tell you how many times I've seen somebody they could save $2,200, $2,500, $3,000, and they're not willing to pay for the $125 ETF. And I'm like, that's how much money you're losing.
if you're in contract and we cannot save you any money because you are in a good contract, we'll send you a bill forecast showing you, hey, you're in a good rate. Stay where you are.
Yes.
Cancel with us, but come back. Or we have a great new feature that you can snooze your account. So you could put it kind of like in a sleep state into, if your contract is over in the next year or so, we can put your account to sleep and then wake you up about a month before your contract expires if you're in a great rate.
We call it the Ogre Snooze. Yep, I love it. All right, Jane,
Okay.
you're
see
up.
you again.
Here we go. Energy Ogre only includes the energy charge in their analysis without factoring in all costs and fees.
This is totally a trick.
Yep.
Because every time the members sign up with us and we are estimating their historical usage, we are making sure that we factor everything in, including the TDU charges, energy charges. Some rates might include with that. Whatever charges that comes with it,
Yeah.
we include that.
It's
So
an all-in
what you see,
cost.
what you get when you sign up with our service.
Hey, Judel. So when I use bill pay, the provider will receive the payment as soon as the bank displays it as cash on the statement.
Oh,
Is
that's
that a
a
trick or a treat? It is a good one.
That's a trick. So bill pay, actually, if I must say, we dread bill pay. It's not very efficient, mainly because not all providers have electronic bill pay. Even then, the bank has to physically cut out a check and send it out in postal mail. Then we have to wait till they get it and then find your account and then apply it to your account, and then you're in the clear.
Yep.
And when it's cashed, if it shows as cashed in your statement, that doesn't necessarily mean the provider has gotten it.
Right.
Yep.
It just means that your bank has cashed it and sent out the check.
Taking out the money out of your account.
Yeah,
to
it's
cut
out
a
of
check.
your account, but it hasn't been paid. There's a lot of late
Exactly.
payment issues with this, disconnection notices, but they also need to understand when it comes to electricity, here are some of the risks taken by doing that.
Yes.
And you could always set up auto pay with card or banking info, so we could always help you with that.
That's a good point. You guys, this was fun. Can we do this more often?
We should.
I feel like we're just on our regular Thursday meetings. We
Exactly.
get a little bit more reserved. I guess it's because we're 4 days here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're minding our P's and Q's. All right, well, these are just a few of the tricks and treats that you might succumb yourself to when shopping for electricity. So I just say we continue doing this moving forward. By the way, we should mention here, Energy Ogre, saving our members is the most important thing that we do for you, and that's one of the biggest treats that we do for you as well. So if you haven't checked out our savings calculator, we invite you to do so. If you're not a member already, just go to energyogre.com/savings and see if we can provide a treat for you
Exactly.
on this Halloween.
Yes.
All right, so with all that being said, what do we say? Be cool, stay kind, and do great things because
It's
it's
the
the Ogre way.